Okay, thank you, Alfredo. I've changed the title of my talk in order to be more in adequation with the whole session, and Alfredo accepted it. Thanks so much. So we will speak about the French dietary recommendation, the current and the new report from the French Nutrition Society in collaboration with an NGO, which is the Climate Action Network France. Next, please. Okay, so the recommendation in France have been published in 2019. Next. And I summarize briefly them here. At least 5 fruit and vegetables per day, pulses at least twice a week, at least 1 whole grain starch per day, fish twice a week, including fatty fish. For added fat, oil, butter, margarine can be consumed every day in small quantities, favor rapeseed, nut, and olive oil. 2 dairy products per day, alcohol maximum 2 glasses per day and not every day. Limit sugar drinks, fatty, sugary, salty, and ultra-processed foods. Reduce your salt consumption. Limit charcuterie to 150 grams a week. Favor poultry and limit other meats to 500 grams per week. At least 30 minutes of dynamic physical activities per day. Considering that, French guidelines take very modestly into account the environmental impact. There is only one sentence in the recommendation. Eating well also means considering the environment by choosing foods from local producers, seasonal foods, and if you can, organic foods. So that's not sufficient, and other dietary guidelines in Europe and elsewhere take more in consideration the environment. Next, please. So we have published this year in 2024 a report which is in French on our website, and we have a summary in English. And the objective, next, is to take into account not only nutrition and human health issues, but also the environmental impact of food. And the study provides scientific results on diets that can significantly reduce GHG. Next. Many dietary guidelines converge currently beyond socio-cultural aspects concerning environment. A limit on meat consumption from 300 to 630 grams per week in 13 out 15 FBDG. Maximal recommendation on meat consumption that include poultry concern 7 of 8 countries. High consumption of fruit and vegetables, whole grain cereal, pulses, and nuts above current level. That's very convergent. And moderate consumption of dairy products, usually between 2 and 3 a day. Next. So you have here the maximum quantities of meat in some FBDG. The highest is 350 grams a week. The lower on the right is 300, Italy. And there are some differences and some similar amount proposed. Next. So for the report, a group of French experts have modeled 70 diets containing 2 times less meat, all meat, okay, including processed meat, charcuterie, as compared to the usual French intake reported in 2015. Satisfying nutritional adequacy without supplements or fortified foods, reducing the carbon footprint of the diet with no degradation of 8 environmental metrics considered in the study, and deviating as little as possible from the observed French diet in order to be acceptable. Next. So we have kept only two diets among the 17, and I only will comment the diet 2 on the right of the slide as compared to the observed French diet of 2015. And the diet we have kept proposed to increase from about 400 grams a day of fruit and vegetable to 500 a day, nuts from 2 to 23, refined cereals from 200 to decrease them to 70, and dairy product we decreased to 2 portions a day. Meat and processed feed, the total from 124 to 62. Fatty fish we increased from 9 to 15, and salty fatty product we decrease it 2 times. Next one, by using this model diet, which is strictly compatible with nutritional adequacy, we have quite beneficial effect on 8 environmental issues. Carbon impact is decreased by 35%, acidification by 40%, etc., etc. So we decrease environmental impact by 30 to 40% without increases water resource depletion. Because if we increase legumes, we could increase food resources, water resources. So, in conclusion, next, please. The French FDBG the current ones, do not take into account environmental issues. The report of 2024 and not 2014 make proposal to change recommendation of 3 food categories. All meats no more than 450 grams a week, including processed meat, which shouldn't be more than 150 grams a week. Legumes 65 to 100 grams a day, and nuts 2 small handfuls of unsalted nuts for a quantity of 25 to 30 grams a day, giving preference to walnuts. Thanks very much.